Dame.
Dame.
Okay, don't yell. Okay. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act has been satisfied with respect to the meeting. Specifically, the time, date, and location was included in the annual notice of meetings adopted by the Municipal Council of the Borough of Waldwick, posted in the Administration Building, 63 Franklin Turnpike, Waldwick, New Jersey, 07463, by the Municipal Clerk. Additionally, to the extent known, in accordance with the Open Public Safety Act, the agenda for this meeting and whether formal action will be taken was posted in the Administration Building, and as per PL 2025C72, was also posted on the official borough website, www.waldick.gov/meeting-board. Clerk, please take the roll.
Mayor Giordano.
I am here.
Ms. Sarah Coladrig. Here. Mr. Marinello.
Here.
Mr. Ritchie.
I'm here.
Ms. Smith. Here. Ms. Wingate. Here.
Everyone kindly rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us have a moment of silence for all our Waldwick veterans and all veterans across our country who have given the ultimate sacrifice to serve our country, some not returning home, so that we can live in a land that is free, and the way we are assembling tonight because of them. Clerk, please do the prayer.
Dear Lord, grant us your guidance and wisdom. Let this meeting be conducive to unity and fairness. May our actions reflect our agenda to assist the borough's needs, not our personal goals and needs. In his name, amen.
Amen. Ready? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Before we begin, I just want to apologize for the teams not being on tonight. It's been frustrating for the residents as well as us, and it's gone on for too long. Today I spoke with IT and we are working on a solution to the issue. Tatiana and I have talked about it, and it just, hopefully we can get this done by the next meeting, but we need to put something better in place, and we know that. I just want to remind the mayor and council members to speak directly into the mic, otherwise the public cannot hear you, and the recording also cannot capture what you say. Finally, the microphone from the last meeting, I know that was also frustrating, but that microphone literally died during that meeting, and so that was also frustrating for everyone. So it has been replaced, and there's a new microphone there tonight. We are obtaining a quote for a new cordless microphone for presentations where the speaker needs to move around the room, because we feel that would have also made it a lot easier for the presentation last time. So we thank you for your patience, and we're working on that. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, before we begin the rest of our meeting, we are going to have a guest speaker here who is from the Waldwick Community Alliance and the Waldwick Museum, who's going to be starting off our 250th celebration. When you came into the building today, you saw the banners that are on top of our building, and we would like to bring up a young woman who everybody knows, or I do know her, Dame Elizabeth Ross, who is the mother of Waldwick. And I like your hat.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, madam. I am Dame Elizabeth Ross, but most of you would know me as Betsy Ross. And I am here, well, I should tell you that I was born here in the British colony of New Jersey. And I still speak, some people tell me, with a British accent because we haven't been here that long. But there's a big uprising going on, and I would like to invite you to the borough's 250th celebration of the founding of America, something that is very dear to my heart. It will be held at the Waldwick Community Alliance's Waldwick Museum of Local History. The flyers are downstairs. Has everybody seen the flyer? And we are going, the road will be closed, and we will have,
We're used to that.
we will have reenactors, we will have children that can enlist and march with the militia. You can tour the military encampment. We'll have 2 displays of actual American Revolutionary War artifacts, and you can talk to me in my kitchen, and I will tell you all about the flag, because there is some controversy, but I'm on Team Betsy. Mr. Manila.
He doesn't have a hat, so he's not getting up.
Actually, this is a Newbury Market cap. I am a reenactor. I'm with Outdoors Militia, and they will be there with the encampment. But everything that you see on me is accurate, including the thread count. When we go to a reenactment, there are people that come around and literally look at the thread count on your clothing. So everything has to be accurate. My glasses are accurate. Everything is accurate. So they will be marching. We even have a spot for the police chief so that he can shoot. They will be shooting blanks, and we will be serving hot dogs. We'll be doing. It'll be a really great day, and the weather is supposed to be wonderful. So I'm really thrilled. We're going to have fife and drum music. It should be a really great day for Waldwick. We're really pleased that you chose us to partner with, and that you're at the museum at the train station, the historic train station.
Tell us a little history about your dad.
About the what?
Your dad.
Oh, my dad? My real dad?
Yeah.
Or Betsy's dad?
No, your real dad.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you're a reenactor. It's like, are they talking about me? Are they talking about... my dad, well, my grandfather was the first police chief in Waldwick, Frank Holly, and he was, he joined the Army at age 14, when you could do that, you could lie. And he was in the Boer Wars, he was in the Spanish-American War, he was in the Boxer Rebellion, the Filipino insurrection. And when they mustered him out, he was like an insertion team, today's Rangers. And when they mustered him out in California at the Presidio, he took his discharge papers, walked across the street and joined the Navy, where he went around the world with Teddy Roosevelt's great white fleet. And my brother and I always joke that when he joined, when he was hired by the Erie Railroad, we love to think about the interview where they probably said, you know, this is a really dangerous job being on that steam locomotive, when he was like, kidding me, this is not dangerous. But they had two twins, and my father and my uncle were both police officers in Waldwick, then went to Ridgewood, and then worked for the county. Yeah,
Yes.
we're really entrenched here.
Right.
In Waldwick.
And the first time I met you was when she came in, and I guess she noticed that in the police station they had a plaque with all the chiefs, and her grandfather wasn't there. So she came and she talked to the police chief, Mark Messner at the time, and then myself. And I spoke with Mark, and he said that he was a marshal. Years ago, they didn't have police chiefs. And I said to you, if you could show any proof that he was a police chief, let us know. Well, she came back with a letter from the state stating that he had to renew his gun permit, and it said police chief. So what we did was we took the plaque down, we brought it to the printer, and his name is number one.
Thank you enough.
His name is number one.
Yeah, we're really thrilled about that. And to move, you know, because I said to him, I know all those men. You know, I don't want to take anything away from the people that are already on that plaque. But I said, so you can put me down in the corner, you know, it's okay. I'm happy with that as long as it's on the plaque. And the mayor moved everybody to the top of the plaque, so I was really thrilled.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
we're on Sunday.
We're on Sunday.
Sunday.
Please don't tell them Monday.
Well, we'll get there early, Saturday.
May I?
Absolutely.
One of the things I think Elizabeth left out is that Elizabeth and I have been working on an exhibit that is within the train station for 2.5 years. I highly recommend you come in and take a look at it. This is one, we consider it the best exhibit we've put together. You will see mannequins in, what do you call, I'm gonna call it real clothing from the
We're not
times. Okay, we have Continental soldier, we have a British soldier, we have a camp follower and a militiaman, all dressed in the time. We have storyboards up that tell a story of the Revolution, and behind each storyboard, there's a story that can be told. So please come take a look at it. If you need us to open it for you, your family, or anything, let us know. We will open it. It's there to be opened. So we thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can't wait, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see it.
Really, visually, when you walk in, it's better than
Thank you very much. Okay, on the reports, my report will be very brief. On Friday, I met with the new owners of the Waldwick Pharmacy. They were supposed to be here tonight. They might be coming later on. They want to introduce themselves to us. They are very concerned about a small little business in Waldwick who is a pharmacy, which is surrounded by big businesses like CVS and Walgreens, if they're going to survive or not. But I told them that, just make sure that you do the right thing for the residents and there'll be no problem. We shop small and we shop local, and that's the best thing we could do. Also, this Saturday, I hosted the mayor's breakfast here, and we had a guest speaker, which was Commissioner Tom Sullivan. There was 10 of us mayors that attended. Tom Sullivan gave us a great presentation about his responsibilities and how the county is moving forward. And he gave us a lot of insight about shared services with other communities and also with the county. So I'm going to be reaching out to Mr. Sullivan to pick his brain about how he could help us with our shared services and everything of that nature. Financial Administrative Committee, Mr. Martinello.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have much this evening to discuss. Just remind everyone that the budget was passed last meeting, and we'll have some ordinances over the next couple of weeks that are implementing things there. Tonight we have an ordinance for setting salaries. This is one item I'd like to address in regards to the pool. There's been a lot of fake news out there on social media, and I'd like to address it briefly because it ties directly to my position as the Finance Committee lead. There was never, I'll repeat that louder, never a budget problem for the pool. Anybody who says it on Facebook is uninformed or lying, either one. So I take that as a direct insult to me. So speaking for Mayor or Council, no. Speaking for myself. So that is untrue and fake news. And there's also fake news that we were withholding from hiring anyone. We started looking for a pool manager early in the fall. There was a long process. You have to go to certain organizations to look for a person who's certified. And there was no point in withholding anybody for hiring for the part-time lifeguard positions for the pool. So again, fake news. If you have questions about things like that, you should address the town. The mayor is available for email. I'm available for email. The administrator, the clerk, will always provide answers truthfully and accurately to your questions. That's it. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Fire and Police Protection Committee, Mr. Brennick. Mr. Brennick's not here right now. He is with his family at on a function with his grandchildren, which, as we all know, our families come first. But he did give me a report that was submitted to him by our chief, Andrew Gugliaro. The Waldwick Volunteer Fire Department has responded to 3 calls for service so far in the month of May. They had a total of 23 calls for service in the month of April. They have responded to 99 calls so far for the year. On Sunday the 3rd, they assisted with the town's 5K. Rescue Truck 64 assisted with the traffic at Alexander and Hopper, and 64 Truck had the honor for its last time placing the American colors on top of their truck. On the 7th of May, members attended their monthly business meeting at the fire department headquarters. And tomorrow, 64 Truck will be OSS, which means out of service, due to an air leak. Wyckoff 70 Truck will be covering the borough while it is being repaired. Lastly, the Waldwick Fire Department is happy to report that they are currently going through a final stage of a member who's going to be joining the fire department. And also, a couple of members of the fire department have helped out dramatically with the ambulance corps. When the ambulance corps went to their meeting to discuss things with them for help, they stepped up and they are helping the ambulance corps as much as they could. You got 2 organizations in the town that support each other, that save lives, that help our residents, and it's good to see everybody get together, which I have no doubt that that'll always be. That's all that Mr. Brennick has to report. I added a little bit of what he didn't say, but I said it anyway. Public Safety Committee, Ms. Wingate.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A few quick updates from Waldwick. So they were at the Chamber of Commerce 5K. They had both ambulances present and fully staffed and supported by Jim Park, Allen mail into things or requirements. So we thank them for being on standby there. There were 29 total calls for April. And an update on membership, they have one new driver and one new EMT added to the staff. And so, that's great news because they were looking for additional people. They also had some questions about upcoming events.
Yes, yes, I saw him at the 5K. Moving forward, whenever we have an event going on, just send him an email telling him what we have. And if he could be there, he'll be there. If not, he just wants to be informed of what's going on in the community.
Yeah, so, okay, I'll just get that.
Yep.
And I was at the Board of Ed meeting. Do updates for the Board of Ed?
Sure.
The last Board of Ed meeting was their budgeting meeting, so big meeting for them. They did a great job. They were able to cut their costs by about 10% with no major staff changes. So we thank them for all that work and keeping their costs low. They also, testing's going on right now. Teacher Appreciation Week was last week. So that was successful. And just a quick update for any parents that there is no school on May 26th. So that's a change in the schedule. And that's all that I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Recreation and Health Committee, Ms. Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So May got off to a great start, and we had our ribbon cutting in the Lions Club playground. I want to thank the Lions Club members, there's probably at least 10 of them that were there, because if it wasn't for the Lions Club and building the original playground, that playground wouldn't have been there. So it was really appreciative. I also want to thank Access for All members that were there, including our citizen engineer, Chief Monthly. And I also want to thank my fellow Councilwoman Wingate and her son Meyer, who had a wonderful time cutting the ribbon with scissors that were bigger than he was. And then running into the playground. She was, as a true mother, grabbing them from him before he ran into the playground. So that worked really well. The other thing that very next day was the Waldwick 5K. And thank Waldwick and the Waldwick Chamber of Commerce for putting on another fantastic event. It really brings the community together. It does a lot of charitable work for Alex's lemonade stand, and really make that donation. And so thank you to the Waldwick Chamber of Commerce. Thank you to all the runners, including 2 of our own council members who were sitting here, who were competing against each other, had a little thing going on there. So we shall see how runners get. And the other thing that actually happened as well, that I just wanted to thank all of the residents who came out to support, and we get this right, Oscar Quinlan, who is suffering from cancer, and they had a charitable ball game in his support, and he threw out the first pitch, and I was able to make it for about the last hour, and it was very cold and rainy, as I remember as a baseball mom, but everybody stayed in the brand new beautiful stadium, and Oscar had a great time with his teammates. So just thank you to all the residents who came out to support Oscar. As far as what's coming up, of course, we have the 250th celebration that's starting. The banners look great. And Betsy Ross stole my thunder on our 250th anniversary. Yes, I can't argue with Betsy Ross. So take center stage there. Please do come. And it is Sunday, May 17th, 10:30 to 3, rain or shine. Okay? We have our summer music series now in place, so we've got June 10th, and that's going to be Blues Chamber is the name of the band. That's one sponsored by the Bristol, and we also have Tim Geisen, who's going to be playing August 5th. Both of these happen in Borough Park, and that one is supported by a donation from Columbia Bank. So I want to thank all of the sponsors for that event, so we can keep that music flowing. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Mr. Ritchie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Just a few housekeeping items, literally. May 13th is the last day to schedule for electronic pickups on May 18th. May 15th is the last day to schedule bulk pickup for the 21st. We're having a shred day on the 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the recycling center. and hazardous waste collection at, Camp Gal, that's run by Bergen County from 9 AM to 3 PM on the 16th. So it's good for like, if you have paint that you just can't get rid of, it's good to take it up there. So, super helpful, events there. Thanks to the DPW for helping with the 5K, as well as the fire department, the police department. I think I've been running 5Ks for like 35 years. I think it's the best 5K I've ever seen. So congrats to Stan for putting that on every year. Really, really fantastic turnout. Yes, Katie and I were racing, and she did beat me this year, but I beat her last year, so we'll see what happens in 2027. But it was a well fought effort. Appreciate that. And lastly, to echo what Council President Martinello said about the pool, I was also directly called out somehow because of my involvement with the DPW for the pool not being open. Yeah, it was just fortunately all false. It just took a life of its own. Had someone come to a council meeting and ask, I think they would have been told or sent an email. A couple people sent emails and they were informed. So don't be shy. Unfortunately, we live in an era where a lot of people will use Facebook and emails to put false information out about council members. It just happens. Unfortunately, we have to live with it, and we'll move forward. But I'm happy to see that the pool is opening. That's my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. At least they didn't want to recall you.
What's that?
At least they didn't want to recall you. They wanted to recall me.
Well, they've said some other things.
Oh, I know,
Listen,
I know.
Call me, please do me a favor.
We could hold hands. We could hold hands as we could hold hands as we walk out.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Building and Grounds Committee, Ms. Sarah Cola Drake.
As helping in Recreation Committee, I was called out as well, so anybody has questions about anything, please reach out directly. Everybody got the calendar, if you don't have it, it's online, my email is there, please reach out directly and ask, and I will always try to get the answer that I can.
Katie?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ditto, I was also called out on Facebook. I think it's important that we all make sure the information gets out there to the residents, because I know it is difficult to get to meetings and to log into Teams or YouTube or whatever it is. But going to my report, we are preparing for our quarterly elevator inspections at Borough Hall and the Senior Center. I'd also like to congratulate the Chamber of Commerce and Stan Kowalski, our race director, on a phenomenal 5K. I was thinking maybe next year we could expand Councilman Ritchie and I's challenge, and maybe the entire mayor and council could run the race together. It might be a fun thing.
You'll need it.
Can we do the walk?
You'll need it.
All back together, you guys.
You'll need an ambulance for me. I'll have to.
That's all. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I would do it, but you'll need an ambulance. Department heads report. Our clerk
Thank you.
or administrator,
I'm actually-
acting
No,
administrator.
I'm not even acting, I'm just filling in for the moment. With regards to the pool.
Everybody, please listen. Listen.
We have a resolution to hire Brian Doyle as the pool manager for 2026. Brian comes to us highly recommended as the assistant pool manager in Ramsey and also in Teaneck. He is certified to fill the role. In his professional life, Brian is a teacher, a football coach, a golf coach, and was previously a high school swim coach. We are very excited to have Brian's leadership and experience, and he is very excited to get started. Now on to lifeguards. There's a resolution to appoint lifeguards for the 2026 season. We have a number of returning and we have new lifeguards. We have 18 so far returning and 4 new. Again, we will continue to appoint lifeguards at the May 26th and the June 9th meeting, just as we did in previous years. Nothing has changed. The lifeguard appointments are ongoing. Any previous lifeguards or new lifeguards who are interested, please go on our website and complete the application and send a cover letter and the application and your certifications to info@waldwicknj.co. This material can also be dropped off at the clerk's office. So we had 22 lifeguards, 18 of which were returning, who were able to find us with no problem. So we've had some calls, we had some people come in, and today I got another 3. So they are coming in, and we'll have another resolution at the next meeting. With regards to the assistant pool managers, our interviews are still ongoing. We will have a recommendation at the May 26th council meeting. Opening day will be Saturday, June 20th, and will be opening daily from 10 to 7. we are missing just 9 days, which are 4 weekends and the Memorial Day Monday. I will note that the last couple of Memorial Days have been brutally cold and no one was at the pool. And unfortunately, the police do not have the video of that any longer, but last year, no one was at the pool because it was very cold, windy, and the lifeguards were bundled up in their sweatshirts and blankets. So, online registration, very important. Online registration, early bird registration will open Tuesday, May 26th at 9 a.m. and extend through Sunday, July 5th. Starting Monday, July 6th, registration will go to the seasonal rate. With regards to the swim team, resolution to appoint the swim coach and assistant swim coach. Meredith and Michaela will be back as the team, and this team in the past few years have produced successful seasons. More information on the start of that and the signups will be forthcoming. School pool parties was another hot topic. All school pool parties are listed on the agenda for approval by the council this evening. No one has been turned away. I would like to switch now to the Harrison Avenue redevelopment. The approval and authorization of the redevelopers agreement was removed from tonight's agenda. Some of the details of the agreement are relevant to the overall financial discussion and should be done in tandem with the pilot agreement. Resolution 2026-141, which urges our state leaders to implement fair and equitable reforms to mitigate the unsustainable increase in health benefit premiums for the public sector employees. The actuary and consultants for the New Jersey State Health Benefits Plan predicted another double-digit rate increase for the 27 plan year. The past 4 years, rates have increased by 80.4% with another large increase on the horizon. New Jersey State Health Benefits must take action and implement structural changes to the plan as the current plan is not sustainable. So the resolution that is before the council tonight from the New Jersey League of Municipalities urges the New Jersey State Health Benefits Plan to take action on specific reforms to the program to eliminate high-cost plan designs, modify plan co-pays, restrict out-of-network coverage and GLP-1 medications, implement reference-based pricing, streamline use of health savings accounts and flexible spending accounts, and enhance medical transparency and data collection. That's all I have for Telltown, unless there's any questions.
Nope, okay. Our attorney,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. No report this evening.
okay. Consent resolutions and resolutions of the governing body.
Be it resolved that the following resolutions herewith listed by consent, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Waldwick, are hereby passed and approved. 2026-138, approval of consent. 2026-139, approval of minutes, regular meeting and closed session meeting, April 28th, 2026. Policy votes A. Waldwick High School senior class of 2026 requests permission to use the Waldwick Municipal Pool on Thursday, June 11th, with the rain date of Monday, June 15th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the senior class barbecue with lifeguard staff requested. B. Waldwick Middle School PSO requests to use the municipal pool on June 18th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. for the 8th grade promotional party with lifeguards requested. The Class C, the class activity parents for Traphagen and Crescent request the use of the municipal pool on Wednesday, June 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. for the 5th grade splash party with lifeguard staff requested. D. Waldwick Girl Scouts request to hold an end-of-year pool party at the Waldwick Pool on June 12th from 4 to 7 p.m. with lifeguard staff requested. E. Irene Mulvihill request to use Pavilion A on May 29th from 4 p.m. to dusk for a private party with alcoholic beverages. F. Nadia Sertanger requests to use Pavilion B on July 12th from 10 a.m. to dusk for a birthday party with alcoholic beverages being served. 2026-140 is not used. 2026-141, resolution urging state leaders to implement fair and equitable reforms to mitigate the unsustainable increases in health benefit premiums for public sector employees. 2026-142, approval of the First Amendment to the BCUA Solid Waste Cooperative Marketing Program for solid waste disposal for a 1-year period ending May 31st, 2027. 2026-143, approval of towing contracts for June 1st, 2026 through May 31st, 2027. 2026-144, appointment of pool manager. 2026-145, appointment of 2026 head swim team coach and assistant swim team coach. 2026-146, appointment of 2026 pool lifeguards. 2026 147, authorized redemption of tax title lien number 24-00640, and 2026-148, payment of vouchers.
Do we have a motion and a second to accept? Motion by Angela and second by Courtney. Oh my God. Anyone have a question? Okay, if not, please take the roll, clerk.
Ms. Sarah Coldrake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wingate?
Okay. We have one introduction of ordinance. With the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2026-06.
Ordinance number 2026-06, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2025 15, fixing the compensation, salaries, and wages of officials and employees of the Borough of Waldwick.
A motion and a second is in order to move and pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Do you have a motion and a second? Motion by Mr. Joe, second by Mr. Mike. Anyone have on the question?
No, Mr. Mayor, this is just another ordinance after approval of our budget, it's setting the salaries and wages according to those guidelines from the budget.
Right, and these are all for non-union salaried employees.
Yep.
Anyone else? Clerk, please take the roll.
Ms. Sarah Coldrake?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wingate?
Yes.
Our clerk will do the unfinished business of 2026-150 and 2026-151.
So, resolution number 2026-150 is to authorize Paul Gregel to prepare a redevelopment plan for the redevelopment area designated as block 114, lots 1, 7, 9, 11, 15, 16, 24, 25, and 26. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second, anybody?
I'll say.
Anybody have any questions?
Just curious why it was pulled from consent. Is there the topic we want to talk about?
No, it's just that, for this one, it kind of, they just,
Yeah,
it's the way it
fine.
was.
Okay, no worries.
They came on late, let's put it that way.
Okay, got you. All right.
So there was nowhere to put them.
This is the area down by the end of the train tracks, right?
No, this is, including the Durante property. So this is that block.
Oh, so this
The
is that
whole
whole
block.
block?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, we talked about it last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Just,
Yeah, I wasn't sure what, the block numbers.
Yep.
So,
Right.
Ms. Sarcola?
Yes.
Mr. Martello?
yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wingate? Yes. Okay, and then we have, this is, resolution 2026-151, authorize Paul Gregel to prepare a redevelopment plan for the redevelopment area designated as block 116, lots 9, 16, and 18. That is at the
That's the one.
far end,
Yeah.
correct? Can I have a motion and a second, please? Angela? Second? Katie? Anybody have any questions? No. Ms. Sarah Coldrake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Wingate?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. On the new business, anybody from the council have anything to discuss? If not, close the new business. Public comment. Anybody from the public would like to comment? Please come to the microphone. Please give us your name only.
Hi, Stan Kowalski, President of Waldwick Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank the borough, the mayor, Giordano, for supporting this event. It's been 18 years. This year was one of our biggest events. We had over 700 walkers and runners across the finish line. Obviously, none of this would be possible without the support of the borough council, Waldwick Police, Waldwick Fire, Waldwick Ambulance, as well as Waldwick Serve. So, hopefully we'll do it again next year, and thank you for those kind words. Thank you for our sponsors up here also, and our two runners. So hopefully we'll see you on May 2nd next year. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to Stan reminded me when he came up here. Also like to thank there was like 75 or 80 people who came out and supported the Waldwick Baseball Association at their annual golf outing last week at Rotella Golf Course. Thank you to the people who donated gifts for the event. It was a great event. 75 people. Nobody won the car. They do give away a car if somebody gets a hole in one. It's a great event. Hopefully next year we're over 100 people out there. So thank you to everyone who came out and supported.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? Yes, sir.
Chuck Wanamaker, of Waldwick Community Alliance. Don't see much of me, say much, but not good at this talking stuff, but I wanna thank you guys from our group, mayor, council, you're always backing us, you're always pushing for us to help us do the things we do. I wanna say one thing, that you'll never regret what we do, that'll never happen. But we'd like to see us all see that museum, your eyes will be bursting. I'm here a long time, and they've done something with that museum that's over the top. And if you go to see it on Sunday, well, it'll be there for the car show as well. We'll have it there on that weekend and stuff, but you gotta see it. Again, but thank you very much for all the support you guys give us, and we really, really appreciate it. All right,
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Anyone else from the public? Of course.
Hi, my name is Ronald Winery. Just a quick question. Has there been any progress with the county on the reduction of the odor from sewage?
So I can answer that.
Absolutely.
I did reach out to them. I think we're gonna need another meeting. Yeah, they're not, they're dragging their feet.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
One other question. What is the process of when these trucks come and go into the sewage plant? Like, how do they know who's coming?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I don't know, I don't know if they're scheduled or not. Given to understand that when those trucks come in, a sample is taken to test what's actually in there, and it has to meet certain specifications, and then they empty it into the
The only
facility.
reason why I bring that up, lately I've been noticing license plates from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
from New York.
Yep.
Now, maybe the other towns are using them, and that's why I said, what is the process to verify that we're not taking, sewage from out of state?
Oh,
You're allowed to.
we are.
You wanna leave?
We are. Yeah, it's a business. I mean, this is my issue with it personally, I won't speak for myself, is that it really is a business. It's county run, quasi-independent, who really knows? But their revenue has gone like this, and that coincides with when they started taking in more and more outside sewage. I think it's less of the concern is the sewage from our towns and more of it being trucked in. Who knows what that is? So, yeah, so I apologize. We had a meeting with them. I followed up, they drug their feet in the follow-up, and I have no excuse. We'll set another meeting. We'll keep the pressure on.
I do remember there was a time, Eric used to come to the meetings and talk about the times the trucks were showing up.
Yeah.
They do have a time, they're not supposed to be idling out there and waiting.
Yeah.
So if people do see that, they should report it, because that's the only way they'll react. If you see a truck that's there or just waiting, idling outside, we should report it.
I haven't seen any trucks idling, but like I said, I have seen them from out of state. I think, unless, you just said something about when you take from out of state,
Yeah.
we still don't get any financial compensation.
No, you can't. They're governed under what's the municipal utilities law, which is state legislation that as long as they're operating under that law, they're permitted to operate. So you cannot, there's no restriction within the utilities law that prohibits out of state, accepting out of state waste. So,
No financial compensation.
no, the law specifically says that you cannot have a host fee.
And this is a contract, which is.
No, it's a state law. It's called the Municipal Utilities Authority Law.
The only reason I brought it up, I went to Matthew's Diner, started talking about when I came out. So I just wanted to ask the question, see what they. Okay.
Yeah, I smell it in my backyard. Oh. This is what I told them when I met
Right,
them.
you just have to be careful, even though you smell it, God forbid someone gets sick.
Well, the health risks are the biggest concern.
Yes. I'm sure we don't wanna have anyone sue the town. Could we get sued since it's a county?
Look, you can say this, anybody can sue anybody, but it is independent authority that you have very little control over if they're operating under their permits and within the statute. They to the smell and the health effects and everything, I know that's being explored through the EPA and the DEP to make sure they're complying with everything. And the council has committed, and I think there were a couple resolutions that have been passed to make sure that they're operating within those guidelines. And if they are violating those guidelines, that we come down on them and force the state to come down on them.
Okay, understood. Thank you all.
Thank you. Anyone else? Are we going into close?
Yes.
How's everybody doing? Matt Easy. Just wanted to provide some information. I know that. So I know that there was a lot of stuff on Facebook and that's pretty involved. I did reach out to Tatiana and try to help out. Just didn't know what was true, what was not true. I reached out to a friend who I've known since I was a kid, and she's been like manager for ever in the area, and she's actually on the board of the New Jersey Pool Managers Association, which you guys probably know about. So she was recommending, when's Brian starting?
Brian's starting, I can't remember if it says June 1st or June 20th. I just can't.
Okay, so I'm sure he's on top of whatever, if there's anything maybe between now and when it starts, if he's not asking me to do certain stuff. She was saying, she thinks we probably use the Northwest Bergen Regional Health Commission.
All that is being taken care of.
Okay.
We have people who are handling that here in-house.
Okay. So, yeah, she was saying just get on top of all that.
Yes, all of that is being taken care of in-house through DPW and their assistant.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it.
Thank you.
And, 5 day one process is great. That's not good.
Anyone else?
Oh, one more thing too. I did go to the train station a few years ago, just to go with my son, and got like kind of a private tour, and it was like amazing. So much better than that. So yeah, whoever's watching.
Thank you. Anyone else? Are we going into close, and how long would it be? Be lengthy?
We are going into close.
We are
Okay.
probably, I would say, a half hour, 45
About
minutes.
45
Okay.
minutes at least.
Do I have a motion to go into close? Motion by Joe, second by Katie. I will be recusing myself from this, and since it's going to be a long thing, I was told to go home. So thank you very much. I'm going home, and I will see you all at the next meeting.
There will be no action, though.
No action. Do I have a motion to go in? We have it, and we will go.
Yeah, we're gonna stay here, so the public will have it.
I'll leave you all the vouchers in the office.